Hello and welcome inside Platt Arena as tonight the Huntington University Foresters take on the University of St. Francis Cougars. Hello folks, I'm Victor McCarty alongside my partner tonight, Logan Hunt. First off, Logan, you see anything different with our broadcast tonight? And secondly, how do you think the Foresters will fare against the Cougars?
Well, I am seeing this this pinkish, purplish graphic on here. Victor, I know you're going to have to tell us more about that when the time comes. But I would like to see the Foresters come out here, be real aggressive starting out this first set against St. Francis. I'd love to see the Foresters come out hard against the Cougars and really put the pressure on the Cougars.
Yes, we always like to see the Foresters coming out strong because somehow or another, down the road, they end up finding themselves in a hole. So that means come out of the gate leading early so that way that time doesn't come later on. But as you noted, Logan, we do have a pinkish purplish color scheme for the month of October, as tonight is October 1st, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we at FDN Sports would like to join the fight and awareness for breast cancer and make our graphics pink.
I would say I really like that. I really like supporting it all with the pink and purple. I like this color scheme. Maybe, just maybe, we could bring it up about the Forces maybe change their colors to pink and purple.
Hey, I like it.
I don't know.
It'd definitely be unique.
It would be unique, I'll tell you what. I don't know. I think the green goes a lot better with the Foresters in the name. That's for
maybe.
Sure.
Just maybe. And maybe if it was a candy forest, you know, that could be pink.
Like Candyland.
There we go.
Exactly.
Well, we are FDN Sports on the Forester Digital Network. I'm Victor McCarty alongside my partner Logan Hunt. We'll take a break here as we head into starting lineups and the national anthem. We'll be right back. Stay tuned in.
Huntington University welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to today's contest. As a member of the NAIA Crossroads League, we are committed to the true spirit of competition as champions of character, embracing the 5 core values: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask each of you as a participant, official, or spectator to abide by these values, and more specifically ask that profanity not be used during this contest. Together we can create a positive, competitive environment in which our athletes can participate, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. We're reminded that tobacco use is not permitted on the Huntington University campus. At this time, we please rise as Athletic Director Corey Kohler leads us in prayer and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Let's pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, we just come before you this evening, just thanking you for the just beautiful days that you've given us recently and for the amazing fall colors. Lord, we're just amazed by your incredible handiwork. Lord, as we turn our attention to this evening's contest, we just ask that you would be with both teams as they compete this evening. We just pray that you'll watch over them and keep them free from injury. Lord, we thank you for the opportunity these young ladies have to compete in sport volleyball, and we just thank you for the talent that you've given them. Just pray that they will use their talents and abilities to represent you and glorify you on the court this evening. Lord, I just pray for wisdom for the officials as they call the game, and Lord, I pray that you will be present in the stands as we support and encourage those that are participating. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
First of the non-starters. Number 1, Taylor Beats. Number 2, Whitney Schaefer. Number 3, Rachel Beaver. Number 6, Morgan Nancy. Number 9, Tara Bell. Number 12, Emily Poe. Number 13, Haley Slusher. Number 15, Courtney Egley. Now for your starters. Number 4, Kristen Ball. Number 5, Haley Rome. Number 7, Justine Kaiser. Number 8, Carrie Clark. Number 10, Sarah Clark. And number 11, Chloe Hubner. Your Cougars are coached by Scott Maddox. Now time for starting off your Huntington Foresters. First one on the starters. Number 1, Kate Cobb. Number 3, Emily Bowie. Number 5, Damian Irwell. Number 7, Andre Mallers. Number 9, Janelle Wilcox. Number 16, Sarah McCauley. Now for your starters. Number 2, Katie Pugh. Number 4, Heather Medich. Number 8, Kelsey Cruz. Number 10, Brittany Rose. Number 11, Josie Beaver. And number 12, Amy Izzo. Your fourth home assistant by Dave Schiller and Lisa Grossman, and head coach Amy Settle.
Welcome back here to Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt, alongside me, my colleague and partner in crime, Victor McCarty. Victor, we're getting ready to get it all started here, as we'll see our Lady Foresters taking on the Lady Cougars out of St. Francis. St. Francis, we know, does have a better record. That doesn't mean that the Foresters are out of this one by any means, as we're getting ready to kick things off. It's going to be Haley Rome, the junior, to serve. Nice dig there by Depew, getting on the ground for that one. Beaver gets her hands on that one on the net, but couldn't quite keep that one in. First point of the match going to the Cougars.
I hinted at it last week, Logan, but I think tonight's key factor will be the 2 P's of volleyball: power and placement. The Cougars showing the power that they have as the ball bounced off Beaver in the last play, getting the point for the Cougars, and they might work Beaver's blocking abilities to their advantage tonight, because in the past she's been all over the ball. So if they have the right amount of power to get the reflection, Cougars might just have the game tonight.
As we see Beaver going for that one, bodies flying everywhere.
How they kept it alive, I do not know.
Chloe Hubner doing a fantastic job there for St. Francis. Except for that one, as we're going to see the Foresters and Kelsey Cruz getting the first points on the board.
With the Foresters only having 2 seniors on the squad, it'll be pivotal for the juniors to step out, as well as Cruz showed just there.
Kristen Ball, the 6'1 senior out of Penn High School, comes in strong with the kill, and not much Heather Medich could do with that one. Now we'll have Rachel Weaver, the 5'7 junior, back to serve for St. Francis. St. Francis has a slight advantage. As we're ready to get back underway. Pizzo setting up Rose. And Rose launches it right at Hubner, who just hits it right to the ground.
It's nice to see Rose coming out swinging here tonight because last week she just wasn't herself, which affected the Foresters. So with her starting out strong, I looked for the Foresters to come out swinging as well.
Foresters going to have a strong lineup here with Mallers entering for Depew. Clark going on that opposite side, nothing there. Pizzo setting up Mallers. Weaver right under that one. Clark gets stuffed at the net there by Beaver, the nice block. Point going to the Foresters.
This time Beaver one step ahead of the Cougars. We're going to see that all night.
Cruz with the serve. Hubner trying to set up Clark. But she gets underneath the net. And that point going to the Foresters. The Foresters take their first lead of the night up 4-3.
Not only can you position the ball in the sport of volleyball, but you also have to watch out where you position your body as well, because as we've seen in the past, girls being called for the exact same call they just got of being underneath the, whoa,
What?
How they recovered that, I do not know.
Pizzo now going to Mallers. Mallers gets stuffed in the net there by Clark. And they're going to call Cruz there at the penalty. What a great save there by the efforts of Cruz and Cobb to keep that one alive. I tell you what, the effort definitely goes to the Foresters on that one.
Sometimes we talk a little too much, Logan, and right there, we should have just been paying attention because you never know when great plays will come out in the sport of volleyball, just in any sport, but that was a great save by the Foresters. That's an unlucky ending for that set.
We see Hubner going for a setup there, and that will be Emily Poe, the freshman, killing that one home for the Cougars. You gotta think though, the Foresters, they have a hurt player in here. Kate Cobb, we saw her get injured in the last matchup. She just got cleared to play right before the game. The main libero leads the team in digs. That has to be hurting the Foresters a little bit in that back line.
Yes, that is hurting her flexibility, her mobility, but we've seen from her before that she is very adaptable to change, and we can always see great things out of Kate Cobb there as the Foresters get the point.
We'll see Hubby and Gerwell enter for Beaver and Pizzo. As we see this rotation often out of the Foresters and Coach Settle. Hubby back to serve. And that one goes long.
Sometimes when Gerwell and Beaver exchange themselves out on the court, I get confused sometimes because they look so similar. You know what I mean, Logan? I mean, they're the same height, they're the same year. It's hard to call them besides different of their number.
Okay. I'm definitely with you, Victor, on that one. We have Poe with the serve. Sneaks that one over. Clark just going to hit this one right underneath the net. Not sure what exactly happened there. The Force is going to take home that point.
Well, I can tell you what happened there, Logan. It was the placement. You know, you can't just focus on one of the P's, the power. The Cougars have to have the placement as well.
Rose with the serve. She puts that one in the net as we see Cobb come in for her. We'll see Sarah Clark, the younger sister of Carrie Clark. There are two Clark sisters here for St. Francis. The younger one with the serve there. Mowers with a big slam. Clark gets underneath that one. Mowers tries again. Nice block there on the front line for the Cougars. Cruz going to the ground. Medic going to tip it over. Cruz again getting on the ground. Hubby keeping it alive. Girl will just tap it over. Medic with a big kill there. Point going to the Foresters.
I love what I am seeing out of Miss Kelsey Cruz here tonight, Logan. She is putting out the effort that the Foresters need in order to win this game here tonight.
Cruz again with good communication. Medic with a big hit. Clark and Hubner just working together to get it over. I'll be going to Medic on that left side, and that goes in for the Foresters.
The Foresters are coming out strong, and this is what, as I said at the beginning, they need to do in order to not get into a hole later in the game.
So far, the Foresters are doing exactly that. Depew with the serve. And Depew and Cobb almost colliding there. That point, obviously going to the Cougars. A little miscommunication there in the back line.
Sometimes I feel like Depew is a little overzealous, so to speak, to go towards the ball, because a lot of other team's points comes from Depew diving for the ball, whereas the other team, her other teammate, often Cobb, would have had the ball. So it just comes down to miscommunication, and they have to work on that as the game progresses.
We see Hubby and Girl will exit. In for her will be Beaver and Pizzo. It is Josie Beaver in the game this time, Victor. Sometimes it is hard to tell. Like
I mean, even look at the hair. They have the same highlights and everything. I am ashamed I know that word, highlights. What's become of me?
It's a nice slide home there by Morgan Hansen. We're going to get ourselves back into the game here.
Going back on Depew for a second, I think sometimes she lets her softball side shine a little bit brighter than it should when it comes to volleyball season.
Kind of shines bright like a diamond, I would say, as we're going to see Haley Rome with the serve.
This isn't the Field of Dreams, Logan.
And Kristen Ball hitting that one into the net. One of the senior leaders for St. Francis couldn't quite get that one over. And the Foresters find themselves with a 1-point advantage. Hubner going to set up Clark, and that one goes out of bounds. Nice call there by Medic and Depew in the back line, yelling out for Alda here. Hubner going to Kaiser. Depew gets underneath it, but couldn't quite get it up. That was just a nice hit there by Justine Kaiser, another senior, one of the 3 seniors on the St. Francis squad.
And see, that's one thing the Cougars have advantage over the Foresters, is that the Cougars' seniority will come into effect later on, and their experience, as the Foresters have 7 freshmen on their squad as opposed to just 3 on the Cougars.
Hubner goes to Clark. And Beaver gets her hand on it, and that one deflects out of bounds. We've seen that for the second time tonight. You mentioned it already, Victor. They might use Beaver's blocking ability against her. You can just slam it against her hands, get that one out of bounds. It's an easy point. Weaver with the serve. Just sneaks that one by. Cobb goes to the ground to get it. But the Foresters weren't able to recollect themselves.
One thing I've noticed, Logan, is that if that ball would have been on the Cougar side, they would have been there. I've noticed that the Cougars have been there for each other. If the ball's landing on someone's back, or just if they don't see it, they're usually there to get it. Whereas the Foresters, just like that, they become a little bit confused and they don't know who should go after the ball. Yeah. Usually the Cougars know who to go after the ball with. So it's just, again, one thing the Foresters will have to work on throughout the night.
We see the strong formation here with Cruz to serve for the Foresters. Hubner going to Clark, and she sneaks that one by with a strong kill there. Nice point there for the Cougars. So now we'll see Carrie Clark, the senior, leads the team with 3 kills a game. She will be back to serve. Pizzo going left side to Rose. Rose can't quite sneak it in the dead hole. Kaiser with a slam as Cobb just a step slow getting to that ball.
Cougars started off kind of rocky tonight, but it looks like they've found their 2 Ps, the power and placement, and can join them together.
Clark with a great serve. Cobb with an even better dig to keep it alive.
And that's what I talked about, Logan. They needed to get that awareness, continue it throughout the night, but just unfortunate end to that play for the Foresters. They're down by 3 now. They have to be careful going here forward because, as I said, they can't get into a hole.
We see the Foresters do this a lot. They come out striking strong, and we get about halfway through the set, and we watch usually the other team put on a big run. Just like that, Clark hitting that one into the hole. You're welcome, Foresters, with the commentator's curse. Getting the points there for Huntington.
Hey, we got to use home court advantage, you know, Logan. But a lot of the times when Mallers is on the court, luck seems to be a key factor. So hopefully the coach will keep Mallers out on the court tonight.
Kaiser with a big slam, and that one just tags in bounds. Nice strong hit there by Justine Kaiser. As the Cougars hold a 16-13 lead over the Foresters. We see Emily Poe back to serve. Cobb's all over that one. Hubby going to Rose on the opposite side. It's blocked right back down in their face there by Sarah Clark. And Coach Settle's seen enough. She's going to call a timeout here for the Foresters. She finds her ladies down by 4 as we're nearing the end of this first set. We talked about how this first set is very, very important to the Foresters. They need to come out strong. What exactly have you seen out of the Foresters that have them down 4?
Well, I think it just comes down to we've seen what we've always seen out of the Foresters, Logan. They come out, as you noted, they come out strong, but then they kind of lose their hustle a bit as the match progresses, and they can't do that, which is why Coach Settle called the timeout, because we've seen time and time again, after she calls that timeout, they come out swinging again, and they just got to use that to their advantage of using that timeout, come out rejuvenated, and get back into the game only 4 points down. It's still anybody's game here in this first set.
I say this first set, it can go either way. So from what we've seen so far, we've seen the Cougars hustling to the ball. Like you said, they're always there, got each other's back. But I wouldn't say that the Cougars or the Foresters hold any big advantage over each other. They seem to be playing rather equally. The Cougars just got themselves on a small run there, but it's nothing that the Foresters can't come back from. And like you said, we've seen time and time again, coming out of timeouts, how the Foresters come back so strong and can rattle off a run of their own to tie this thing back up.
Don't always read what's on paper, because although the Cougars might have the better record, Foresters, they've just evenly matched you tonight, as you said.
As we're getting back to the action now, it's going to be Emily Poe, the freshman out of Warsaw, Indiana, to serve for St. Francis. Hubby going to Gurwell, mistimed that one. That's going to be an easy point there for St. Francis. Hode back to serve again. Cobb get under that one. Hubby going to Rose on the opposite side, and a huge slam there by Brittany Rose, the senior.
Rose saying to infinity and beyond.
Had a little Buzz Lightyear in her step there too. She was going everywhere. I was gonna see Rose back to serve. Clark gonna go on her knees for that one. What a spike there by Morgan Hansen, barely getting that one over the net and down on the back corner. Nothing you can do about that if you're a Forester.
Once again, Foresters have to be careful because they don't want to get into the matchup of anything I can do or anything you can do, I can do better. Because with them being down by 5 now, that's not the time and place for this.
Hubby going to Mallers. Mallers can't quite sneak it in. Hubby gonna just throw that one over, and a little bit of trickery there. That seems to be her signature play. We see her do it once or twice every single game, and that one definitely worked.
And there's nothing wrong with using the Trojan horse, Logan.
Depew with a nice ace there as Carrie Clark couldn't quite read that one. Beautiful play there by Katie Depew. Hubner going opposite side, nothing there. Hubby switches sides. Cruz is going to get her hand on that one. Clark with a long head, and that's a block there by Heather Medich. Say, just because Josie's not on the court doesn't mean I can't defend the net.
Exactly.
Depew, quick serve here. Hubner goes to Hansen on the left side. Hansen throws that one home to give the Cougars a 20-17 lead. The Foresters have chewed in a little bit to this lead. Hubner with the serve. Cruz gonna try to sneak it over it. Nothing working there. And that's gonna be Ball getting that slam to go as Depew couldn't quite handle that one.
I think the Cougars have had just about enough with the trickery plays, Logan. They're gonna cut that show a little short.
Hubner with a great serve there. Hubby going to Medic. Medic can't quite keep that one in bounds. Point going to the Cougars. As Cougars extended their lead back to 5 now. Hubby going opposite side to Girlwell, and Girlwell gets that one in the gap to get the Foresters a much-needed point. As we'll see Hubby and Girlwell exit, and for them will be Beaver and Pizzo to try to start a run for themselves. Foresters only down 4. Pizzo back to serve. Hubner going to ball. Medic gets her hand on it, that one will go out of bounds.
With the way the ball's been placing here tonight, both Cobb and Depew have to be ready in the backfield for where the balls might land, because as we've seen time and time again, balls are ending up on the opposite direction where the Foresters don't want them to be.
We'll see Haley Rome put that one into the net. Point going to the Foresters. Brittany Rose, the senior, in for Kate Cobb now. Foresters down 4 late in this first set. Bad hit there by Haley Rome. Poor serve and then a poor set leads to 2 easy points for the Foresters. Thanks, Haley.
Cougars showing some weakness in their strong point tonight of the communication.
Hubner goes to Kaiser, and the Foresters let that one go out. Kaiser put a little too much on that one. What's that you always say, Victor?
Hey, there's no such thing as too much power. It's just the wrong placement.
She forgot to study up on the Victor language and get that placement, that's for sure. This crew is gonna try to hit that one over. Kaiser going easy with that one. Pizzo and Medic getting in on the action. Rose is gonna hit that one over. Ball with a big slam. And that one's gonna go out of bounds.
Looks like we got a souvenir, Logan.
And it's going to be set point now for the Cougars. Pizzo goes to Beaver. Good block there by Clark, and Rose right there to hit it down and in.
Not just yet, Logan. Foresters still in this, only down by 2.
24-22, Cougars still with a set point. Foresters still fine, like you said. This is their power lineup with Beaver and Rose and Mallers all in that front line. Hubner going to Clark. Clark can't hit that one over. And the Force just need one more to tie this up. Cruz with the serve for the Foresters. Hubner going to Clark. Cobb gets under that one. It's just out. Tough first set loss there for the Foresters. They're going to drop it 25-23 to the St. Francis Cougars.
It's a tough one to swallow, Logan. Foresters down by 5 at one point, fought back to be within 2. Cougars made the mistake of not getting the ball all the way over the net, but they quickly made up for their mistakes and pounded it right into Cobb, and kind of using her injury to their advantage and winning the first set. Cougars up 1-0.
Nothing that the Foresters can't battle back from. We'll be back with more action here from Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. This is Victor McCarty. We'll have the second set coming up shortly here. We are Forster Digital Network. Welcome back here to Platt Arena as we're about ready to start this second set off. Unfortunately, the Foresters took a tough 25-23 first set loss to the Cougars. But just a reminder, if you can't join us ever here on our YouTube channel to watch this live stream, make sure you follow us on social media. It's gonna at Twitter. It's gonna be at FDN_sports, and make sure to like us on Facebook. So our very own Victor McCarty does all the updating for us, and
I try to stay as current as possible, Logan.
I say we went last without you, Victor. There's no way.
I do what I can.
We're gonna get ready to go, sorting a few things out here as the referee's making sure everyone's in their right lineup. So we know how crucial that can be for the substitutions when it comes to volleyball.
Because volleyball is a long sport, not as long as soccer, they do have to be careful with the substitutions.
Referees have the game balls now. And the Foresters will get the honors of serving out this second set. It'll be Pizzo back to serve for the Foresters. Hubner goes to Clark on that left side, and it's done beautifully. Sneaks that right in the gap. And once again, we see St. Francis starting out with the first point of the set. Picking up right where they left off. Haley Rome is back to serve now. Cobb going to the ground on that one. Beaver just tips that off the hand of Clark and out of bounds as the Foresters answer with a point of their own. So we see the senior Brittany Rose coming in for Katie Depew. Heather Medic, another senior on this Forester squad, will serve. Ball with a big spike there. Goes off the hand of Medic and out of bounds. Easy point for Kristen Ball and the Cougars. Rachel Weaver gonna serve. Pizzo gonna set up Rose. Rose with a huge slam from that left side. Nothing you can do about that if you're St. Francis. Brittany Rose is just so strong there. Kelsey Cruz now to serve. Weaver gets under that one. Hubner going to Kaiser. Kaiser hits that one off the net. Stays in play though. Medic hits that one off the net, but it's gonna stay and play for the Cougars. Kaiser with a big hit, and just a bit too big as that one goes out of bounds.
Cougars wanting the tip from the Foresters, but Foresters end out on top. 3-2 now for the Foresters.
Kelsey Cruz with the serve again. This one doesn't quite make it over the net, and Cruz will exit in for her will be Kate Cobb. Now,
those will have to be mistakes they'll have to avoid down the stretch, Logan. Can't have sets hitting the net.
Carrie Clark to serve for St. Francis. And Cobb does a smart move and lets that one go out of bounds. So 2 faulty serves in a row by both teams.
Same thing goes to the Cougars. The net can be a friend or foe, but you can't be overextending your shot as well.
Here comes Hubby and Gurwell in for Pizzo and Beaver. Hubby with the serve. Good serve there as Weaver can't control that one. Nice point there by the Foresters. They're coming out strong to start this second set. Already up by 2.
On that play, it seemed like the Cougars lost a little bit of their communication that they had. And right there,
Hubby with a great ace there. The Cougars can't do anything about that. And just like that, Coach Haddix and the Cougars want to take an early timeout as they see themselves down 3 to the Foresters. What have the Foresters done differently from the first set to have them out fired up?
I think it was just their confidence level. You know, anytime a team faces St. Francis, it's a little bit of a daunting task. But I think after the first set and the Foresters almost coming away with it, Cougars are sitting out on top 25-23. Very close in the first set. I think the Foresters have built a little bit of confidence, and that'll be a key factor going down the stretch.
So we saw the Foresters get on a nice run to end the first set, just losing by 2 points. They were right there in it, and I think that maybe was more of a confidence booster for this set than it was even for the first set to try to claw back into that one. I think they were getting themselves prepared for this next set, mentally and physically ready to go. And we've just seen the Foresters come out and dominate. We've seen 2 great serves in a row there by Hubby. And the Foresters seem to have a little bit of pep in their step. They seem to be ready to go. Like you said, they're out here fired up, and they're ready to play some volleyball.
Remember, Logan, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish.
As now we're going to get back here to the action. Timeout over. Emily Hubby, the freshman, to serve for the Foresters. Hubner going opposite side to Kaiser. Mallers gets her hand on it. Hubby hits that one into the net, an easy hit. Just couldn't quite keep her head up on that one.
Hubby may be a little too confident on that shot. She took her eye off the ball, and you can't do that.
It'll be Emily Poe now to serve away for St. Francis. Nice running serve here. Hubby goes left side to Rose. Poe covers that one nicely. Big hit there by Hanson. She's met right at the net by Mallers, and another block for the Foresters. That's Brittany Rose. Net points going to the Foresters.
Action almost going into the stands, but great job by Rose. Not once, but twice blocking the ball and able to get the point for the Foresters. Still up by 3.
Depew with a short serve there. Hubner going to Clark. Clark sneaks that one right by the Foresters. Nice play there by the senior and Carrie Clark.
Cougars pull out a Trojan horse of their own, if you will, Logan. Foresters, both teams have to be careful of coming up, almost coming up with the block, but then it ending right behind you. You have to have that third player.
Sarah Clark with the serve. Up goes to Medic. Medic can't quite keep that one into play.
That would have been a tough one for Medic, as she was walking backwards and her momentum was it was in the wrong direction.
Cougars are only down 1 now. Sarah Clark with the serve. Cobb and Depew working together to keep this ball alive as Gurwell just gets it over. Hubner going to ball, and ball gets blocked out of bounds by Medic, and we're all tied up at 7. It seemed like the timeout from the Cougars really worked. Clark with the serve. See Hubner again. Setting up Hanson there, nothing there. Hubby trying to sneak it over, not quite. Hubner tries the same. Hubner goes to Clark, Cobb's right there. Hubby going left side to Mallers. Mallers hits it, Clark hits it up and in. You know what, I'm giving the point there to St. Francis. That's a 3-pointer. That's a 3. That
3
was
points.
awesome.
I mean, I would have said 5 points right there. Let's add an extra 2 for that.
Let's play horse is what Sarah Clark said. That was amazing. And we're going to replay the point since the ball went into the net.
That was a great job by both teams with communication. And, Depew running into us there. I hate to see the last set end like that, but with neither team getting a point with as hard as they worked. But
they both deserved it.
They both deserved a point.
Hubby goes to Gurwell. Gurwell hits it off the fingertips there. Hubner going to Clark. Cobb getting on the ground for that one. Hubby with a great setup there to Medic. Clark with that great dig of her own. Hubby goes to Gurwell, and Gurwell sneaks it in. Clark couldn't quite get up to that one. That point's going to the Foresters.
Foresters saying, hey, we deserved that point. They ended up in the net, okay? But, you know, my first thought, Logan, when I saw that go in was, no. We've been on SportsCenter before, so I wouldn't put it past us.
Just like that, Kristen Ball gonna get an answer of her own for the Cougars with a nice kill there. As things are starting to get back in to volleyball form here. We've seen some basketball plays. We've seen girls sliding everywhere. Now we're getting back to volleyball.
Hey, basketball isn't too far away. October 31st, that's the first home game for the Foresters.
Now we're going to have a few substitutions here. We'll see Pizzo and Beaver come in. Hubby and Girlwell exit. Pizzo will be back to serve. Make sure you check us out, FDN Sports, on October 31st, and we get going and rolling on the basketball season. Hubner putting a great save on that one. Pizzo going to Beaver, and Beaver just hits that one long. Point going to the Cougars.
After that shot, Logan, I kind of feel more energy inside Platt Arena. You saw all the fans. They put their hands up as the ball went in. So volleyball definitely an exciting. I'm mixing up my words, Logan. Exciting sport to be a part of.
It was that exciting. That's what happened. Cruz gonna hit that one out of bounds. Point going to the Cougars. Something though to say is that Clark, she hit that in from the three-point line and it banked in. That's a banked three-point shot. Yeah. That's props right there. I see the Cougars up with the serve, and Pizzo hits that one off the pull. And we're gonna see Coach Settle call a timeout here for the Foresters, as Foresters find themselves down 12-9 as we are halfway through this second set. We've seen both teams now calling a timeout. What do the Foresters need to do after finding themselves down 3 points, Victor?
Well, they started out strong here in the second set, and not to use Coach Settle's name against her again, but with her calling this timeout and after that great play we saw just a moment ago that was Sports Center worthy, I'd say, hey, settle them down, all right? They started out great here in the second. Let's recollect themselves, get that composure back, and get back into this fight. Only down by 3, so it's far from over.
I think they're going to have to just let it go, you know, after that ball went in. Like you said, the place kind of got energized, and the momentum went over towards the Cougars. The Foresters didn't feel as much. Feel like they almost got gypped up a point there. They're just going to have to let that one go, calm down, and then really get going strong coming into this coming out of this timeout. As we're going to get back now to the action, the Foresters coming out of this timeout down 3 points, but definitely not out of this. We just hit the halfway mark in this second set. The Foresters definitely don't want to go down 2 sets to love.
Ref noting that both teams only have 1 timeout remaining.
Haley Rome back to serve now for St. Francis. Pizzo going left side to Cruz. Nice block there by Ball. Weaver puts that one into the net, called everyone off. She's upset at herself for that one. So Forster's going to earn that one. We're going to see Brittany Rose come in now for Kate Depew. Heather Medic to serve for your Foresters. Hubner with the poor set there. Nice hit there, though, by Rome. Nice dig there by Rome, too. She's all over the place now. Good save there by the Foresters. Roche is going to tip this one over. Things starting to settle down a little bit. Clark goes for the slam and gets that one in, as Heather Medic couldn't quite get her hand on that one. And now we'll see Rachel Weaver back to serve for St. Francis. Gonna get her running the serve on this one. Cobb gets underneath it. Pizzo goes to Rose on that left side, and Hubner can't do anything about that. She just looks up in disgust. Looks at her coach. You got any advice for me? When Brittany Rose hits that ball that hard, there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. So we'll see Kelsey Cruz back to serve for the Foresters. Hubner puts it up for Clark. It goes off the fingertips of Beaver and out of bounds. This is the 4th time we've seen this tonight, as Beaver's blocking ability starting to work against her, like you said, Victor. As now we'll see Carrie Clark to serve for St. Francis. St. Francis up 14-11. Pizzo going to set up Mallers. Mallers met right at the net by Clark. And that's a block going down for Sarah Clark and the Cougars. Carrie Clark to serve again. Nice serve there. And Beaver just keeping this one alive now. Kaiser with the big hit off the fingertips of Beaver. And the Cougars going on a little run of themselves. They extend their lead to 5.
As I noted earlier, Logan, in this broadcast, the Foresters have a tendency to get themselves inside of a hole that they can't dig out of. And I know we noted that it's not how you start, it's how you finish, but the Foresters down by 5, and the Cougars keep the ball in play. They can't allow this to escape from them.
Rose with a big hit there, and somehow Clark gets her hands on that. She hits that one out. Kaiser to Hubner. Hubner resetting back to Kaiser, and Kaiser hits that one out. Long rally that's going to benefit the Foresters.
Cougars showing some frustration in not getting that point. Both teams showing some hard work in keeping that ball in play. Point goes to Foresters, down by 4.
Hubby and Gerwell coming in for Beaver and Pizzo. Now we'll see Hubner going to Clark. Clark with a big slam there. Cruz couldn't quite get a hold of that.
I feel like after every time the Cougars make a mistake and allow the Foresters to get a point, they come right back and get a power point, as they don't want to have anything from the Foresters here tonight and just want to show their dominance.
Well, something unusual to know is that Heather Medic and Kelsey Cruz are in that back line due to the injury of Kate Cobb. Kate Cobb having to take some more time on the bench to rest her back. So this is something that the Foresters aren't used to in this new lineup. As we see Clark hitting that one over. Hubby gonna get to Gerwell. Gerwell setting up Rose. Rose with a big hit. That one just goes out of bounds, and the Cougars getting that point.
I'd almost argue, though, Logan, that this is the Foresters' power set, as they have their senior leadership and junior leadership in as well.
Mallers with a great play there. Hesitated in the air. Waited for Ball and Clark to come down there, and she just sneak it past him. Great play there by Audria Mallers. So now we see Kate Depew come into the game for Brittany Rose. Cree's getting it to Hubby. Hubby going left side to Medic. Medic gets blocked by Clark. Forster's right there. And they're going to call Hubby for the lift there.
And that's why I talked about, Logan. The Foresters have to be there for one another, but they get called for the two-hand touch.
Sarah Clark to serve now. St. Francis leads this one 19-13, up 6, pulling away here late. Clark with a good serve there. Hubby goes to Gerwell. Somehow St. Francis gets that one over. Hubner doing a great job there. Mallers gets stuffed at the net. Medic takes it into her own hands to get that one over.
Confusion shown by both teams on that play, but Medic able to sneak one over right down the sweet spot.
Mallers with the serve there. Hubner going right in the middle there to Ball. Cruz right there to stop it. Hubby sneaking it over again.
Hubby's saying, show me the money, right in the sweet spot, earning the point for the Foresters.
Mallers again, long serve, and that will be Whitney Schaefer, the freshman, hitting that one out of bounds.
And just like that, Foresters now only down by 3. They have to keep this momentum going.
Mallers again going right at Schaefer, and Schaefer is just getting taken advantage of at this point, as she will exit. In for her will be Carrie Clark. Also, we'll see Emily Poe exit. In for her will be Justine Kaiser, the 2 seniors replacing the freshmen here. Mallers with the serve. Miscommunication here by the Cougars. Kaiser putting it into the net. And they're trying to regroup here, and all of a sudden the Foresters that were down by 6 at one point are only down 1, 19-18. Mallers doing a great job serving here. Clark puts it over, and Medic hits it right down, and we're tied at 19.
Foresters showing their excitement out here in Platt Arena as the Cougars take their final timeout of this set.
The Foresters have to take advantage of that. The fact that this is going to be their last time out. Still, both teams 6 points away from taking the second set, and this is a crucial second set. We've been saying if we get down anymore, if the Foresters can just get themselves on a run, there's nothing that the St. Francis Cougars can do about it to stop it. They're just going to have to stick in there and really try to just buck it out.
several straight points by the Foresters. Tremendous job shown by their composure in staying in this, as you noted, down by 6. But the advantage the Foresters have now is they have that one timeout, whereas the Cougars do not. And as we see time and time again, a timeout's always proved to be pivotal. Now, we're with us being so late in this set, and if the Foresters get down once again, and Cougars, I don't know, only one away from earning the set, they call that timeout, they can get right back in this, and momentum is a key portion of this game.
As we just seen out of the Foresters, they carry momentum. They never quit. We've never seen the Foresters quit on the game. They are always ready to go no matter what the score is.
And as I look at the Forester faces here tonight, all I see are smiles. And that's what I love to see in any sport, is them just having fun. Because if you're having fun, then you know you have that winning mentality.
Audra Mowers with the long serve that will go out of bounds. She was just a bit too excited coming out of that timeout. Quick point there for the Cougars.
Well, all good things must come to an end sometime. Just a little too soon for the Foresters.
Hubner to serve. Depew going to the ground. Hubby going to Medic. Clark with the set there. Kaiser getting it over. Cruz going to Gurwell. Gurwell gets stuffed at the net. Foresters keeping it alive, but it will go out of bounds. Point going to the Cougars.
As I mentioned, Logan, the Foresters might end up getting down by a few points once again, and so with that timeout, they might be calling it here in the next 1 or 2 points in order to stay in this game.
Hubner hits that one long, put a bit too much on it, and it'll be Beaver and Pizzo now coming in for Gurwell and Hubby. This seems to be the power lineup for the Foresters. Pizzo back to serve, only down 1. Pizzo with a great serve. Hubner goes to ball. Forster's all over that. Medic gets it over. Here comes Pizzo, setting up Medic on that left side. And Hubner and Kaiser can't do anything about it. And the Foresters tied it up at 21.
Foresters have got their confidence back, and that's what we like to see.
Here comes Pizzo with the serve, looking to strike for the Foresters. Clark with a slam of her own to get that one down and in. And the Cougars maintaining their composure. Staying alive, as we're going to see Haley Rome come into the game for Rachel Ball there. And the Foresters somehow keeping that alive.
I'm going to call that one the catapult maneuver, Logan.
The catapult where he flies off the
catapult.
net.
We've already seen the Trojan horse tonight, so why don't we go back to the medieval times and play the catapult as well?
We'll see Haley Rome to serve with the Cougars up 2. Pizzo going left side to Cruz. Cruz gets blocked by Ball. And Ball tips that one up and over. And it's set point again for St. Francis. They have 24-21. Just need one more point. Surprised we didn't see this timeout taken by Coach Settle.
I was just about to say, I'm surprised she hasn't called that timeout as well.
Pizzo goes to Beaver, and Beaver hits it in.
But hey, Honey Beaver saying, I don't care. I don't care if we're down, and getting that point back.
Brittany Rose comes in for Katie Depew. Here's the same lineup that we saw rattle off so many points. Med's going to get it over. Hubner goes to Clark, and Clark seals the deal on this set as the Cougars take this second set 25-22. And it was an exciting second set, just like we saw the first one. And we'll be back with third set action here. We are FDN Sports. I'm Logan Hunt, and this is Victor McCarty. Welcome back here to Platt Arena. I'm Logan Hunt. Alongside me, we have Victor McCarty. And Victor, you've been keeping us updated on all the social media networks there are. There's Twitter. Make sure you follow us at FDN_sports and like us on Facebook. That's Forester Digital Network right there. Make sure you do both of that. And we appreciate you for tuning in here with us. We're getting ready for the third set of action. Your Forester's down 2-0. Just took a tough 25-22 loss in this second set. And an injury update for us. I know you have that, Victor. What's going on here with the Foresters?
Well, as we noted earlier in the game, Kate Cobb with the injury for the Foresters tonight. And as we see coming out in the third set, Katie Depew with that white jersey on saying Kate Cobb out for the night. Hopefully be able to get that checked out, heal in turn for next week or next matchup for the Foresters. But for now, Kate Cobb out, Katie Depew in for the Foresters.
Depew going to be the new libero as we start out this third set. It will be Haley Rome, the junior, to serve. And Depew getting right into the action. Beaver with the hit there, nothing working. Hubner goes to ball. Pizzo getting her hand on that. And they're going to call Medic with the lift on that one. And once again, we've seen St. Francis take the first point of the set. We've seen them do it all in all three of the sets.
Hopefully the Foresters can break the mold in the third and keep this match going.
Pizzo going to set up Medic. Not quite there. Hubner was there. Kaiser with a big hit. Depew gets there, but Clark gets right on top of that one. Hits it down for the Cougars. Comes the serve. Pizzo goes to Medic. That one hits the net and takes a friendly bounce for the Foresters.
Great job by Medic using the net as a friend this time and getting the point on for the Foresters. Foresters on the board, down by 1.
Medic with the serve. Hubner gets it to Kaiser. Kaiser blocked at the net by Beaver, but it goes out of bounds. So that point's going to the Cougars.
That's been the story of the night so far, Logan, is that Beaver's always been there to block it, but somehow or another, the ball ends up going out of bounds and point goes for the Cougars.
Depew with a great dig there. Beaver going to hit it off the hands of Clark. The Cougars keeping it alive. Just sneaking it over. Great team play there by Clark and Rome. Not much Fortress can do about that one. As we'll see Weaver with the serve. Pizzo goes to Beaver right in the middle. And good job there by Rome on keeping it alive. Rose goes to Pizzo. Pizzo back to Rose on that left side. And that just nips the back line and in. Great play there by Brittany Rose, as we've said so many times tonight.
Doesn't matter where it lands, just as long as it's in. Foresters only down by 2.
And we saw a substitution here as Cruz comes out and Hubby in for her. A little miscommunication on the second sub. We see Clark get blocked by Beaver.
Finally, Beaver able to get into this match and say, no way, Jose, to that ball landing on the other side of the court.
Hubby with the serve. Seen her with a pair of aces already. Huge hit there by Kaiser. And they're going to call it long and out of bounds. That point's going to the Foresters.
That's why they have 2 line judges, Logan.
And just like that, the Foresters are all tied up at 4. St. Francis wanting an explanation. And we see the back line judge making the call, saying that it was indeed long.
Some discrepancy on the court. Cougars pleading their case for them to get the point.
I don't know what exactly the Cougars want an explanation of. I think it's pretty black and white here. We saw the back line judge make the call, and the head referee went with it even after he'd made the call. However, Coach Haddock still wanted an explanation. Clark able to slam that one home for the Cougars. They're going to get that point right back. And we'll see Carrie Clark to serve for the Cougars. Rose trying to sink that one in, but nothing there. Kaiser with a big hit, and Depew gets her hand on it, but just too much to handle.
Although the Clarks might be a year apart, they still look like twins, Logan. When I looked up to see who it was, I kind of caught myself off guard because I thought the other one was the other one, but.
Carrie Clark with a big serve there. Depew can't quite get that one, and that one will go out. And the Cougars have extended their lead 7-4. And the Foresters would like to talk about it as they find themselves down by 3 early in this third set. Victor, we've seen already a chaotic start to this third set. We've seen coaches arguing calls. We've seen miscommunications on the subs. Just give us a little recap on what all's been going on.
Well, as you said, it's been miscommunication has been the theme. We had miscommunication between the subs. We had miscommunication between the judges with a little bit of a timeout, so to speak, the Cougars trying to plead their case. But on the Forester side, I see, as I've noted in the second set, I saw a lot of happiness. But now with Kate Cobb out and them being down by 3 here early in the third, I don't see the same happiness, the same joy in their faces that I saw in the second. And I don't know if they just have to kick it into gear, get back in this game, tie it up. But it never hurts to share a smile here and there. And I think that kind of contagion might be good for the Foresters because you want to have a positive atmosphere on your team. Just stay positive, and hopefully that'll lead the team to victory.
I say they were doing well because they were happy. That's for sure. They had a little Pharrell in them as they had a little pep working for them there. But now the Cougars are on top after taking that second set, and like you said, the Foresters seem a little down on themselves. Nonetheless, Clark will serve out of this timeout. Beaver getting a good hit there to take them home. As now we'll see substitution. We'll see Gurwell come in for Depew. And Beaver back to serve for the Foresters. Strong serve there. And Gurwell reached over the net. Point going to St. Francis.
Foresters have to be careful with them being as climbing into that hole as that we often see them do. They have to be careful not to make the mistakes.
Here will be Emily Poe with the serve. Great serve. Depew gets underneath that one nicely. Ubner gonna hit that one to Hansen, and Hansen hits that one out of bounds. Easy point there for the Foresters. Brittany Rose back to serve. She's having a great night herself. Hubner goes to Sarah Clark. Hubby keeps her hand on it, and Mallers will finish it off, getting it over the net. Clark with a big hit there right into the net. And once again, the Force put on a run themselves.
That was an odd play, Logan, because as I saw there, the ball landed on the back end of Medic's hand, which meant it on the opposite side. But able to get the point, and Force is able to get the point here too with Rose at the helm.
Big ace there. We've seen the Forester already with a couple aces tonight. And we're tied at 8. Rose with another big serve that Clark can't handle. That one goes right into the stands.
She's found her sweet spot. Hopefully she can keep that going. Let's not have a commentator's curse this time.
Rose with another big hit. Hubner gets that to Clark. Rose right there to stop it. Hubby going to Mallers, and Mallers sneaks it down. Not quite there. Hubby tries to sneak that one over again. It's not there again. And they're going to call Gurwell for going underneath the net too much.
Gurwell tried to play it off as she didn't touch the net, but she has to be careful with that. The refs are always looking, and she might be sneaky at times, but she's not that sneaky.
Here comes the younger sister, Sarah Clark, with the serve. And that point's going now to the Cougars. The Cougars are up 10-9. We'll see Clark with the serve. Rose going to Hubby. Hubby couldn't quite get a good set going. This time she goes to the opposite side to Mallers. Depew keeping it going. Hubby just getting it over. Hubner setting up ball. Hubby with the good hit there. And now they're gonna call a push again on the Foresters. And just like that, we've seen consecutive points rattled off by the Cougars. They have a 2-point lead. Still, we have Clark back serving for St. Francis. Hard serve there. Medish gets on it. Mallers gets that right into the hands of Clark. Can't quite get a hold of it. And the Foresters finally break the streak. As we'll see Cruz and Pizzo come in for Mallers and Hubby.
The Clark sisters might be 6 feet apiece, but the ball just overextended for them to catch that one. Thankfully, a point goes towards the Foresters as that hole was getting a little deeper.
Pizzo with a great serve. That just hits off the net and down. Nice looking serve there, getting a nice roll. And we're tied up at 11 apiece. Pizzo gets a little more on that serve. As she goes to Girlwell right in the middle. Bodies flying everywhere. And Hansen tries to push that one through, and it goes right out of bounds.
Smart move by Depew by not touching the ball. We've seen in the past that the Foresters will touch the ball as it is going out of bounds, but great mental game by Depew here tonight.
That has to come from being an upperclassman for Depew. As we see Hansen answering with a big smash of her own. She's every bit of 5'10" out there and definitely put that one home. Now it will be Chloe Hubner, the 5'8" sophomore from Warsaw. Leads the team in assists. It's a nice serve there. Pizzo gets it to Medic, who just keeps it alive. Clark with a big hit. Rose right underneath that one. Hubner goes to Ball, and Ball hits that one out. And the Foresters take the lead, 13-12. We've hit the halfway point here in this third set.
We see Beaver come back in for the Foresters.
Depew with a quick serve there. Unfortunate touch there by Cruz, as that one will land on the Forster side of the net. Point going to the Cougars. And
one thing I'll have to note, Logan, is I've seen no cruise control here tonight by Miss Kelsey Cruz. Hopefully within these coming points we'll see some of that, because that's always been a key factor to the Foresters get the win.
Big hit there by Ball, and just like that, the Cougars have answered with 2 straight points of their own to take the lead back from the Foresters. Rome again with the serve. Pizzo going to Beaver. Hubner going to Kaiser. Gets stuffed at the net, but too many Forester bodies there as it ricochets off of everyone and down.
As I noted, it's important to have that third, not man, but third woman in this condition to support the ball. But Cruz backed up as the ball was still in play. So you have to be conscious as where the ball is at all times as the Foresters get the point.
Beaver with a big kill there. We see Medic with the serve, keeping it short. Hubner going to Kaiser. Kaiser this time gets blocked by Beaver. And that one's going to be a point for the Foresters.
I said it before, I'll say it again. Honey Beaver just don't care, Logan.
We're all tied up at 15 now. And just like that, Ball answers with a kill of her own. It's going to be a hard-fought third set for either squad. Just both teams going back and forth. Weaver to serve. That one hits the net, nicely played there by Depew. Rose with a big hit there, but the Clark sisters are there to deny her.
height once again playing a key factor against the Foresters, as the Clark sisters, as we noted earlier, are 6 foot apiece, and Foresters don't have a single lady on the squad at 6 feet.
Weaver barely gets that over. Beaver almost surprised that it lands right in her hands like that. Clark this time gets blocked by Beaver. Depew going to the ground for that one. Beaver setting up Rose. And Rose gets that one down and in to end the run.
Cougars trying to keep the ball alive, but Rose able to plant that ball in the sweet spot, disallowing the Cougars to stay in it.
Hubby and Mallers coming in for Pizzo and Cruz. Hubby back to serve. The Cougars up 17-16. Kaiser again with a big hit. Medic hits this one hard, and that will go out of play. Point going to the Cougars.
That was a strong hit by the Cougars.
Now we'll see Carrie Clark, the senior captain, to serve. Depew gets that one over the net herself. Hubner goes to Clark. And Rose will hit that one over. A little bit of trickery tried there. Hubby was reading it the whole way. Rose gets a big hit. Nothing that the Cougars can't handle, though. Long rally here. So we see Kaiser get stuffed at the net, keeping it alive. Mallers goes to Rose. Rose tries to tap it over. Clark's right there. Hubby setting up Rose again on this left side, and Rose gets blocked. Hubby gets it to Medic. And we're still going. Clark finally ended it for the Cougars.
Great composure shown by both teams. The chemistry by the Cougars being a key factor tonight. And the second key factor, once again, is their height. Cougars able to get that point because of the Clark sisters' height. Not much the Foresters can do there.
You're right, Victor. Hubby crosses it over to Beaver. Just a bit too far and out of play. And the Cougars are up 20-16 over the Foresters late in this third set. Carrie Clark puts this one into the net. And the Foresters get to serve now. We'll see Josie Beaver back to serve. Girlwell will come in for Katie Depew.
Foresters still very much in this, only down by 3 in the third.
Beaver hits that one out of bounds. And she will exit. And for her will be Katie Depew. 21-17. Cougars on top. As we see Emily Poe back to serve for the for the Cougars. Poe sneaks that one off the front of the net and down. Mallers hits that one right into the hands of Clark. And that's a good point there for Audrey Mallers and the Foresters. As Foresters are only down 3, definitely not out of this set yet. Rose with the serve. Strong serve. Mallers hits that one out of bounds. That one's going to the Cougars.
Once again, miscommunication shown by the Foresters, having 3 in the same location. All 3 of them extended their arms, acted like they were getting the ball. You have to not overextend themselves like that. You have to assign their positions and be secure in one of the other ladies getting the ball over for the Foresters.
Ball with a big hit there. And Coach Settle would like a timeout as the Cougars are up 23-18 in this third set. The Foresters definitely looking down right now as they're at 2 points away from losing this third and what might be the final set of this match. If you're Coach Settle, what do you tell your ladies to do in this timeout?
Well, they're down more now than they were in the past 2 sets when this time came around. So I would just say you see it in their huddle right now. They're trying to come up with some form of plays to get back into this game. That's just what they have to do. They have to stay in this game mentally. They're already down a player. Depew now wearing the white jersey for Cobb. You just have to stay in this game mentally in order to come back and earn this win in the third set, because they don't want to have another 3-0 shutout like we saw for the past couple weeks. You see the energy that they're showing off now. That's something they've lacked here in the third. Have the confidence. Have fun with it. Don't act like you're desperate. Even though you are desperate, you don't want to show it. You don't want to lay out all your cards, Logan. You just want to stay in the game mentally.
Here comes Sarah Clark to serve for the Cougars out of the Forester timeout. Clark gonna hit that one out of bounds. Easy point there for the Foresters. So we'll see Mallers and Hubby exit, and for them will be Cruz and Pizzo. Pizzo is going to be back to serve.
It is crucial to get the ball over the net now. We can't have any mistakes like we saw earlier in this third set.
Pizzo gets it over cleanly. And that one's hit down there by Gurwell. Mitch going to Pizzo, Pizzo to Gurwell, and Gurwell gets a slam in there. Nice hit there by Danielle Gurwell. And Pizzo gonna serve again. Nice serve. Hubner going to Hanson, and Depew couldn't quite get it up. And we're looking at set point and game point now for the Cougars. They lead 24-20.
Depew doing everything she can in the backcourt, but when the ball is that far away from her, it's not much that she can do diving-wise.
Pizzo going to Gurwell. Weaver does a nice job keeping that alive. Hubner going to Hanson. Forster still in this. Pizzo gets it to Rose. Rose with a long hit. And that's out of bounds. And that's all she wrote here at Platt Arena as the St. Francis Lady Cougars take this third and final set 25-20 as the Cougars knock off the Huntington University Foresters 3-0.
That's kind of the story of the night, Logan, with the ball, with the ball ending at the end. Lost for words with the Foresters losing here tonight. With the ball landing out of bounds, that's kind of the story of the night. As we saw mistakes shown by both squads here tonight in Platt Arena. Foresters able to stay in it early in the first and second. Cougars able to escape from the Foresters, clawing back into it. Foresters now are just going to have to learn from this loss. When you have a member of your team out, you have to be able to stay in it mentally. And as we saw in the third set, they just weren't able to do that.
Just a tough loss there for the Foresters, as they're gonna drop this game. But that doesn't mean they can't come back and get the next one. That's all she wrote here at Platt Arena. Like I said, I'm Logan Hunt. This is Victor McCarty. You got any final words, Victor?
I do have final words. Once again, we would just like to remind you that we here at FDN Sports are supporting the fight against breast cancer, going pink for all of the month of October. Hey, if you're a lady out in the crowd, we do remind you that it is definitely a key factor. Save a life. Remind your mother, remind your sister, remind any friends you might know that it is a definitely key issue in today's society. As Logan said, I'm Victor McCarty, alongside my partner in crime, Logan Hunt. This has been FDN Sports on the Forester Digital Network, with the Foresters losing 3-0 against the Cougars here in Platt Arena.